I think not easy, not easy to find free time from your many other responsibilities with family, with work. There's so many things to organize from your side. So in fact, you are the one who really, I think, work very, very hard to making this pilgrimage possible. So that's number one. And secondly, of course, Venerable Lindy. Without Venerable Lindy's initiative of this pilgrimage won't be possible. Big heart, want to share a platform where light-hearted people to come together. People who want to share their energy, positive energy, blessings, knowledge, and just want to enhance, just create an environment where we all can enhance our many lifetimes of karmic connection, that which result this time, that even before we planned, that we already have one or another way. There's a connection. A karmic seed is there, but any karmic seed need to have a conducive environment to grow. We have all the good karma, entirety of good karma, including karma to become Buddha, the karmic seed, the Buddha potential also we have. We also have all the other side of the karma, that if negative conditions comes in our way, the potential to be born in the lower realm also possible. And in the reality of that, whenever there is a environment of virtuous, virtuous environment, in particular Dharma environment, where we can accumulate new causes, which are the condition that which will make possible to progress and eventually fully ripened in fruition of those virtuous karma, including the Buddha nature. And I think the pilgrimage, creating the environment of pilgrimage, I think that served that purpose. And Venerable Lindy, I think her ultimate reason to create a pilgrimage is for us to gain those benefits. So it's so amazing and so wonderful, because not easy to say okay, to bring more than yourself to go somewhere else, because even just ourselves alone go somewhere also not so easy to manage. Especially maybe every place same, not easy, but to everybody to come, to have a courage to let everybody to come together, and that is really courageous, and that is really wonderful. So thank you for that.
Okay, thank you.
And also Annie, that who, I don't know whether Annie is here or not.
She actually couldn't come, Geshe. She was going to join, but she's not able to. She just apologized. So sorry, she's not here.
No problem. And Annie, who closely collaborate with Venerable Lindy, who is quite an expert to many holy places. She does great research, detail of the histories, and it is spiritual, in particularly spiritual significance. And she have lived in Bodh Gaya she was ex spiritual director in Root Institute, and so she really knows well about those different places, and she is most happy to help to lead and come together with Lindy. So that's another amazing. There's a flight going on.
I've got Nagarjuna at the meeting. He was quite happy to come along too.
Then of course Chawala, who already expert in organizing different tours, different pilgrimages in Nepal, India, and many other places, and who's also I don't know whether, I think it's okay because Chawala is like westernized, very straightforward. So he's actually ex-monk of Kopan. So he's a student of Khamsang Bache, student of Kopan, and he in fact sent to Sarah, and he studied philosophy. He was a very bright student. I just want to share one story. When he gave up moving on to other life, I didn't speak to him 3 years. I was very upset because it was such a loss for the Dharma, because he was so good in philosophy, in particularly. He was top student, and there's a great hope for this guy. But then again, maybe like all of us meeting a virtuous environment of pilgrimage, but he made something else. So his karma to other side was ripened, fully ripened. So he was gone. But later, I realized that actually he has to renounce the other way of renounce the monk's life, philosopher's life, actually to take care of his, that time his, he's very fortunate he has two fathers, and both father was, the one of the father was very ill, and need to take care. Then later his mother was also very old and got very, she was also not well, ill. So he really dedicate up to today. I think he's still single. I think so many years. So he's very much his heart dedicated to serve his parent, and at the same time, try to do something that where also can help many people. So especially to organize pilgrimages, So he have actually organized many pilgrimages. So, and Venerable Lindy expressing, she's so happy working with Chawala, and I'm sure that I think all of us would be very happy when we all put under the care of Chawala whole through our pilgrimage. And I think he been personally at least two or three times, from Nepal all the way travel to India and making sure all the accommodations and all the necessary needs are, well organized on his own present like that. So I think it seems like we have a very it's a wonderful leaders. So except there's one person that which didn't do anything, that's me. So I really didn't do anything. So
except Geshe, you are total inspiration right from the very beginning. Without you, we couldn't go through it. Okay, like that.
I hope I played a little bit of a role from there, and yeah. So then, but I think we will have a very meaningful time, especially to able to visit Bodh Gaya, which is the holy land, the holy central land, where the historical Buddha have chosen to actualize full enlightenment, and as an understanding, based on the propositions. All the 1,000 fortunate Buddhas also going to choose the same place where Shakyamuni Buddha was enlightened as a central holy land to actualize enlightenment. So all the future Buddhas too, like said, the immediate future fortunate Buddha is Maitreya Buddha. So he too going to choose the same place to start the training the will of Dharma. Displaying the deeds of enlightenment, and which is also regarded the previous the fortunate Buddhas have also displayed the same deeds in the same place. And no doubt that the holy beings from all different traditions, Vajrayana tradition, Chinese Mahayana tradition, Theravadan tradition, led by these great masters for generations, many practitioners, both Sangha and the lay practitioners have visited Bodh Gaya and nurtured their spiritual development. They made the aspirations of enlightenment, which without doubt it has helped many cause their fully awakening by the power of the holy place, the Bodh Gaya itself. No question about from the Tibetan Buddhist lineage. I think there might not be even one single holy gurus, one single holy beings from the Himalaya regions. One or another way, they have not visited, not pay a pilgrimage to Bodh Gaya, unless there's no no means of travel. Otherwise, some even work for months and months in ancient time. Even during the time where there's no vehicles available, people travel far from Tibet, then other Himalaya regions, and visit Bodh Gaya and make prayer and make aspiration, enlightened aspiration in front of the most precious holy object in the whole universe, the Buddha image, the statue in the Mahabodhi temple, which regarded it was actualized during the historical Buddha himself was alive, and he endorsed this statue, even saying that this statue looked exactly like himself. So it is consecrated by Buddha himself. Then, as for the stupa, so many holy beings, including Nagarjuna, in fact, involved in construction of the stupa. Then generations up to today, all the holy beings from all over the world, they directly or indirectly put effort to make the stupa what we can see today. There's so much of restoration happened for thousands of years, and all these different holy beings saw the importance of this holy stupa, and each time they restore, they make a huge consecration practices and prayers for the benefit of anyone, for the benefit of anyone that who relate to this holy object, by seeing, by circumambulating, by prostration, by making offerings, etc. So, each and every one of us, will receive those blessings of the aspirations and prayers made by all the past, enlightened beings and enlightened gurus and sanghas and practitioners, So, and also this is one of the holy places where most Buddhist pilgrims have visited. And one thing is common to all is metta, altruistic aspiration, whichever tradition they are coming from, because of the stupa being enlightenment stupa, because of the Bodhi tree symbolism of bodhicitta called Bodhi tree, and because of Buddha choose to get enlightened under that Bodhi tree. So whether it's even coming from Theravadan tradition, but which normally they may not discuss about bodhicitta or enlightenment, but when they come there, one thing they relate, they make aspiration is altruistic bodhicitta aspirations, which is again is so rare, so precious. Then also non-Buddhist pilgrims, people come to Bodh Gaya because of the significance of the place. Everyone pronounce bodhicitta. Everyone pronounce the land of enlightenment. So again, it is very, very special. Each time, even one person pronounce that, it serves as a consecration or blessing the energy that would live at that place. So now it is one of the places that which must visit, and we're going to be there. I think our pilgrimage is going to start from there, and we're going to spend a few days there to relate, various practices. So that itself, I think, it is so fortunate and it is so meaningful. I think even just by that, I think our trip to India is fulfilled. But of course, there are many more, because we, just starting. So there are many more places to visit. I think I don't have to go through all the list of the itinerary, which is already there. But we're going to visit one of the most important holy place where Buddha revealed the Dharma, or the essence of all the teachings on emptiness, the teachings, the wisdom teaching. The second wheel turning of Dharma at Vajra Peak. Buddha taught 84,000 teaching during his three-wheel turning of the Dharma, and each of the varieties of the teaching very much mean to teach and mean to deliver the understanding, the teaching on emptiness. So can you imagine, just being at that place and absorbing the blessings into our spiritual system, how much, the nurturing of our own Buddha nature will happen, like that. Then, of course, we're visiting like Nalanda University, where it's very much a studying of our lineage of learning of Buddha Dharma, the practice of Buddha Dharma. Here, I think most of us, follow the Tibetan Mahayanic tradition. So Tibetan Mahayanic tradition is the tradition lineage that trace back to Nalanda tradition, like such as Lama Atisha, where the Lamrim teaching, Lojong teachings comes from, such as the Nagarjuna, like such as all the teachings of the wisdom, very much based on Nagarjuna, Arya Deva, etc. Then such as Shantideva, the source of all the mind training teachings, the Lojong teachings, the teachings on bodhicitta, very much the source comes from Shantideva, like such as teachings of Bodhisattva Charya. So all these great masters, there are about 17 17 great masters, which is always referring to that we follow this tradition of the 17 masters. We follow the traditions of the Nalanda masters, and our Tibetan Buddhist tradition is the Nalanda Buddhist tradition. So it can be very inspiring, for us to see the original, the place where our lineage were started. So like that. Then the great Indian Mahasiddhas, when we move to the other side of the pilgrimage, the other areas like such as Ajanta, Lora, and then the rest of the other holy places, mainly dedicated of the 84 different kind of Mahasiddhas. So Mahasiddhas are in fact, very much like Dharma protectors. They came after Buddha came into existence, and they preserve the Buddha Dharma both in learning and practice, and they protect the Dharma in that way. They are the one that who making sure all the siddhis, all the realizations in the Dharma is making sure it's achieved. A lot of aeroplane. So yeah, so yeah, so so visiting and learning and witnessing the environment where these great Mahasiddhas have practiced, I think it will not only just a blessing we receive, but also bring a lot of inspiration for us to do more retreats, do more meditations. These Mahasiddhas, their main focus is, to have a very dedicated, strict, long retreats. That's how they achieve their cities, yeah, like that. So even though the journey in India itself can be quite different, that you make journey in the Western world, even in many of us, it can be quite different. And many of you, I think, already have traveled to India. So in one way, maybe the easiest place to travel. In another way, is the most difficult place to travel. So it's very much depend on how you design your being there. If you design your being there to see everything as something, as experience, uniqueness, the specialities of that every single difference that we can see, then everything is so colorful, everything is so beautiful, everything is so organic. Even of the sound of the cars, you will feel, you will start to hear like music. You will start to hear, more than that. Maybe you start to hear powerful mantras are sounding from all directions. All the p, the car making sound from everywhere. Then like that. Then I mean, the huge crowds. Yeah, so it's, in one way, it's, I think, quite chaos. In another way, it can be very, very beautiful, So and also we will see many humble people, also many beggars, especially in the holy places, there are many beggars. So there, we take opportunity to train our heart to stress the practice of compassion and practice of generosity. And practice of generosity, if materially you're able to do so, but otherwise you make a generosity of dharma by expressing deep sense of compassion, and then dedicating your practice prayers for them to elevate from the suffering that they go through. Then you don't have to feel bad that you didn't manage to give materially. In some places there may be so many, and also if you don't give equally, sometimes can become a bit out of control. You may get into a bit troubled. So sometimes we have to see how the local guides, how they will guide us, because sometimes I mean they are desperate, understandable. They are hungry, they are in pain. They really hope that they can get some help. But if we don't have enough for all, then some people get, some people don't get, and sometimes they it can be quite chaos, and sometimes we may misunderstand. So those also has to be careful, I think. And if you can, you try to share and give to everybody, even it can be just little, but then maybe good to let the tour guide to help us how to go about it, which they know best way how to do. But if there's just only one of you, then if you're able to do that quietly, you should do it. But otherwise, you don't have to feel bad that you didn't manage to save everybody. The most important thing is that if you can able to make a charity of your prayers, which I think is need the most to purify the karma, to purify their karma. So offer the conditions of dedicating your merit, dedicating your prayers, dedicating all the effort that you do pilgrimage, for them to be free from all the causes of whatever suffering they may be going, including of poverty, where they are as a beggar, etc. So that actually is a huge charity that you are doing. So because I mean, sometimes we feel heartbreaking. We want to help, but you have not enough resources to help. You want to help, but there's not so easy for you to to go and able to help, because sometimes you get overwhelmed. You get kind of pushed into a huge crowd of beggars, and some until that you get fear. There are many people get fear. So you don't have to go into that kind of experience, if you know about how to go about it, So, and if there's so many that you cannot do anything and give the charity of Dharma, you recite Om Mani Padme Hum, the 6-syllable mantra. You recite loudly when you see all the beggars. Om Mani Padme Hum. Look at them and just with the gesture of prostration, prayer. Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum. So even someone come and approach you, pull you, if you able to, there's a safe place to do, you do so materially. If not, otherwise, just simply put your palm together and say Om Mani Padme Hum, from depth of your heart, express compassion and make the charity of Dharma. So that's, I think, you can do without yourself, getting into some difficult kind of environment. Especially, like Bodh Gaya, there are so many. If we go to Rajgiri, if we go to most of the holy places, you may encounter there's so many there, and in the past there are many incidents happen. So it's good to brief about that, because all of you really want to help them, really want to liberate from them from the suffering, but sometimes you may not be in that position emotionally, materially, physically, whatever. So this is something that, yeah, so good to know. Then, yeah, so of course, the motivation for this pilgrimage is really for enlightenment, for enlightenment, your enlightenment for the benefit of the rest of numberless sentient beings' enlightenment. So that's the main thing why we are doing pilgrimage. The second motivation is at this time in the world, there are so many troubles are happening, like a war, and there's so much tension, in many different societies, in many different countries. So we make this pilgrimage for the cause of world peace. So that is another motivation. Then you do this pilgrimage for your parents, whether they are alive or whether they are no more physically. All of us are children of somebody. And we are using our aggregates, especially physical aggregates, to travel to these places. These physical aggregates, this body, actually belong to our parents. The seed we received from them, and the physical body was grow on top of that. In fact, it's not karmically belong to us, but in actually it's not ours, it's our parents. We falsely claim as ours, you see. Well, then during pilgrimage, we go there and to see the holy objects, see the place using our eye consciousness. For that, of course, we need to use eye organ. Without eye organs, there's no eye consciousness function. So the eye organs, again, is belong to our parents. We receive from our parents. Then we try our very best to do a lot of prayers, recitation of sutras, recitations of mantras, throughout the pilgrimage. Again, the tongue organ is received from our parents. Then we will do, now and then teachings or explanations of the place, mentioning name of the Buddhas. We use our ear senses, and without ear organ, the ear senses won't able to function. So what we bring by ourselves from previous life to this life is consciousness, the continuum of consciousness. But the rest of the physical aggregates we receive from others, which is our parents. So therefore, we're literally using their part of body to make this pilgrimage, which itself already beneficial for them. But if you know this, and if you honor this, and if you especially, I want to dedicate this to my parents, for them, if they're already enlightened, may this merit that I accumulate, using part of your body for your enlightened deeds to be most effective, liberating sentient beings. If you are somewhere in the Bodhisattva's path, who already entered into the path, may this virtue condition for your path to grow quickly and enlighten for the benefit of all sentient beings. If you are in any of the 6 realms, either human, God, demigod, Holy Ghost, animal, hell realm, all the 6 realms are a realm of suffering. At least there's a suffering or pervasive compounded suffering. The samsara is there, and that has to be overcome. Has to gain liberation from that. So now you do this pilgrimage to help wherever your parents may be, wherever your parents may possibility be going to be born in the future, with their karmic present potential, that I dedicate this for them to purify the samsara. And it is caused as karma and delusion, and actualize enlightenment. I do pilgrimage for that. Then, of course, whoever that come in contact with you, those people who see, who interact, to whom you interact, throughout the pilgrimage, there will be so many people, so many animals. You will see them. You will encounter. So, and there will be so many formless beings. So just dedicate that. My pilgrimage is also to liberate each and every one of these human beings, these of the spirits, and these of the animals, whoever, wherever that you will be, and whoever that you indirectly come in contact with you, you also do pilgrimage to liberate them. So that's another motivation. On top of you do this motivation for you to actualize enlightenment within one very lifetime for the benefit of numberless sentient beings' enlightenment. So like that. So I think something like that I want to say, the motivation. Then yes. And of course, there will be certain kind of day-to-day programs. Yes. How to say, whether things go as you expecting or not. But one thing is happening is for purification and for accumulations of merit. This is happening. So even though the things may not go the way exactly what you're expecting, and not to feel difficult, because we are in a spiritual pilgrimage. One thing for sure, and especially now we are setting this motivation from now on already. The so much of purifications of negativity, so much accumulation of merit, definitely will happen. So then just heart try to console and heart get fulfilled all the time. And then of course all of us by karmically, without doubt, there's so much connection, and being a spiritual pilgrimage, Dharma pilgrimage, and many of us already have a Dharma connections. So we are as a Sangha family, so every one of us is a Sangha family. Some of us, we may not know each other before. Some of us, we may have a different way of doing things, but then try to just see as a different colors of flowers like that. As long as it's flowers, it's beautiful. And no need to kind of have a difficult feeling about, everything has to be my way, etc. like that. So just relax and take it easy and take a break. You're on holiday, okay? So we all should enjoy as a holiday. Just as I mentioned at the beginning, as a light-hearted and full of openness to observe many different beautiful things, and then in particularly blessings. So just carry our being, just easy, pure, and just nurture ourselves. Just receive, like that. Then of course at the same time, if you are too tired, certain days, if you're not feeling well, then just take a break. Maybe stay in a hotel, just take easy. Try very best to go together. But if body is not supporting us, is feeling unwell, then not to force, because even individual physically unable to reach there, but everyone's focus is on you, and you are more than your physical body being at that place on that particular day or that particular time. So we also have to become practical sometimes heart is so much power, but body is like cannot adjust. And sometimes you feel sad, you cannot be there with all of us. I miss this particular place. Don't have to feel like that. So in case, I hope nobody will have to go through that. But if in case, because of you're tired or unwell, you have to stay back, everyone's focus is going to be on that person, and you will be actually one that who maybe who get the most from that day. Yeah, but by saying so, cannot be lazy. Also, we try very fast. cannot be distracted by a shopping. Cannot be distracted by something else. Just joking. Okay, I better stop. I already talked too much. So, yes, thank you.
Thank you, Geshe. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. And Cheula,
Yeah, sure.
thank you.
Hello
What would you like
Yeah.
to share with us, please?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you so much for giving opportunity, especially Gisela. And it is really lucky for me to together spending time, and it's been like a pilgrimage organized under the Gisela, and really appreciate. And especially like couples months, we are making some itineraries, hotel booking, lot of money up and down. So those are the things like Anil and he was like fully supported. Sometimes I may have some mistakes, I may have like misunderstanding, miscommunication, a lot of things happening, but it is quite well everything. So this way I went to India also 2 times, because sometimes the Indian agent may say you may get this hotel, but in the end they are giving different hotel. This kind of things happen is in very common in India usually. So that's why I went my personal, I went to what kind of buses they're giving, what kind of these things. So I went personally, and it was quite nice. Everything's like, even the hotels are almost forced out to be or try to organize. Some of place, of course, they don't have like a special uh, near the Echenda Elora, that kind of place, some place. The rest of things are, the hotel are quite good. And even in both gear, we are not far away from Stupa. It is very near walking distance. So those are the things. And another thing is, until now, I have arranged everything like a transportation, hotel, food. Even we may have one particular guide. Or when we go to Mumbai, there is another one guide who is expert on that place. And in both Gaya, there is one expert, and like both Gaya pilgrimage site, he have a degree and all those things. So it's, even we are so lucky to have another guide, Annie. So yeah, I was thinking to also provide some books, but Annie's already provide some book for each and every like pilgrimage that time. So that's all I have to say. And we have some changes on like because His Holiness Dalai Lama is not coming to Bodh Gaya this year. So I told Annie, and I had some chat, and just 2 months, almost 1 month back, one of my friend who was in Dalai Lama's office, and he told me this year, you don't tell other people, but this year His Holiness Dalai Lama is not coming to like the Bodh Gaya. They have a plan, but suddenly they have a like physiotherapy or something is going on. So that's why he told me in the past. So then we have some changes, and on the 29, 30, 31, we are having teaching from Geshe-las, special for Tathagata session and all those things. So according to these things, quite everything according to itinerary, and only except these three things, but it is no problem at all, Kishla. So that's all. If you have any question to ask, please let me know. That's all. And even when we are in pilgrimage trip, we have to try to work together. That is really important. Sometime in India, just now Gisela was mentioned, especially is things happening in Bodh Gaya, not in Bodh Gaya, a little bit far away from nearby Bodh Gaya. There is so many, I mean, it's like beggar. Their father also being beggar, their grandfather also beggar. Their job is something like a begging. Some place they may have this thing. So sometimes just now Gisela say, if you don't have enough, you just I mean it's like, oh money pay me or something, whatever, just give excuse. Otherwise, sometimes it may cause problem
It's
to us.
not excuse. Omane pemeo. That's the main thing. So we are
Okay.
not excusing, but yeah, so because no material to give, if you can, wonderful. But otherwise, it's like you still give. You must give. This is our one of the most important practice is to give the Dharma generously. So we are not excusing to say oh money pay me home to run away from them. Sorry.
So that's all. Yeah, the rest of thing we will follow according to itinerary, and I'm going to Varanasi tomorrow morning. I have a flight about 7, and I will reach about 9. And next morning I'm taking train to Bodh Gaya, and I'm meeting with the guide, and so we are having a meeting over there too. So our job is to remain safe, and safety is the first priority, and then how to make this pilgrimage trip become successfully and also meaningfully and happily, that is our aim. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anything, even like in the pilgrimage trip, in anything you need help, please don't hesitate to, just you need anything or we mean this thing, you just tell me, so I can arrange. So please, anyone may get some, what kind of help necessary thing, please let me know. And one thing is at the moment I'm working with the Siddhartha. They are quite very expert in pilgrimage trip around in Dharamshala, or even I've been working him almost when I was in Singapore. Last time I used to work in Singapore Center. From there I know them very well. Even His Holiness Dalai Lama South Asia teaching and all those things, the Siddhartha group. They have a located office in New Delhi. So they are quite expert in pilgrimage things. They understand us anyway. So that's why I think you don't need to much worry about those things like the hotel and all those things. If anything you need help, please let me know.
So should I say then that people will be recognizing you at the airport for our pickups? Will you be?
I think I will hold the name. Don't worry.
Few people, and we have big signs. So
yeah, I have a big sign. Everything I have. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah. I have like something like.
So now they recognize you now. Did anybody have a question they'd like to ask Geshe or Chengula tonight, or a comment or something they'd like to share or say?
Just write down like.
Because you can just unmute and say, you can't be shy.
Sonia here. If we have a delay, we're coming in from Dharamshala. If there's a delay in our flight, how do we?
Don't worry. If you have a delay, anything, you just let him know. I will come and pick you up in airport. No worry at all. Anytime, no problem. Okay. You just let Anilendi, or we can create some group and you just let us know. I will definitely come and pick you up anytime, no problem at all.
Because we might not know till we're actually getting on the plane that it's
no problem. No, you just let us know. Everything will be arranged. No problem at all.
Okay. So we got a direct number, have we?
Yeah, I will share my direct number. Once I reach in India, I will share my Indian number.
Okay. All right.
Usually, I have an Indian number too. No problem. I can share now also. No problem.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Thanks.
So any of pick up, drop, and these things are no worry. Anything, please let us know openly. So even you are coming on early day because I'm going tomorrow, so I may able to on action is on 20 to 20. From 24 onwards, I'm will be on duty. So you can anytime you can talk to me, no problem at all. If you have delay flight or anything necessary in Bodh Gaya, you want me to arrange anything, please let us know early, then I can properly arrange.
So Chengula, we have a WhatsApp group that's been in place.
Sure, Anila, sure, do that.
Sure, communicating. So we're going to continue that hopefully while we're traveling. Everyone will be in touch on that WhatsApp group, and we can add your Geshe and yourself, because then we'll all be in touch on the same page, if that's okay.
So Anila, I have one small confused is on the 29, 30 and 31. So we may have a morning early in Bodh Gaya, like puja, something, inside prayers. And after that, coming back, breakfast. then after that, the Root Institute teaching is happening in Root Institute, yeah?
Yes, in the those 3 days in the afternoon, 2 o'clock
After
to 4.
lunch, so it should be like from, okay, the time is here, 2 to 3, okay, sure,
2 to
that
4,
thing.
yeah, after lunch.
So, yeah, okay.
Mhm. Okay, so
And
no
one thing,
sorry.
about the flight tickets, according
Yes.
to Indian government law, the domestic airlines are like able to carry, like, if you need extra kilos. So because I told Anil Andy, when we reach in both gear, if whoever need the extra, then we can try to get, so there.
Yeah,
That is
once
until,
and
yeah,
sort out extra luggage if people need it on the spot, then yeah. Good. Perfect. Have you got any questions, Geshe? No question? No question. Okay. If everyone hasn't got any questions, then we can finish and not keep everybody because it's getting late now, whatever time it is. Everybody's different times around. But anyway, I've made a recording tonight because there's quite a number of people who haven't been able to join us, and they wanted especially to hear what Geshe you had to say and what Chengwala had to say. So that's why we've recorded it. But and that'll be available for anybody to have a listen to again if they wished. So I don't know what to say. See you soon. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and
Thank
for
you.
joining.
Thank you
So much.
Anila, thank you so much.
You're
Yeah,
very
thank you
welcome.
very much.
Everyone take
And have a safe flight, safe travel, and see you in Bodh Gaya. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Take care. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Geshe.
See you next
Thank you,
week.
everybody. Good night. See you. Keep in touch. Just stay on WhatsApp. Whatever you want to say, just say it. See you soon. Thank you, everybody. Perfect. Thank you.